today's edition of I Recommend Amsterdam 2022.
So, two soldiers and a nurse found ourselves in
Amsterdam.
Let's start with a little quiz. Amsterdam is the capital of which country?
North Korea.
Nice try, but not quite.
Pluto.
Come on, let's not get silly.
Who?
Fine, look, I try and make this segment interesting, but you guys just come and mess it up. Let's just crack on, come on, let's crack on. Starring in this film, the ever versatile Christian Bale, who has been in a multitude of brilliant films, one of my favourites though, The Dark Knight. Robbie Margot from The Wolf of Wall Street is also in this one. And completing the trio, we have John David Washington, who you may have seen in the film Tenet. And yes, he is the son of Denzel Washington. Written and directed by David O. Russell. He has written and directed many other great movies such as The American Hustle and Silver Linings Playbook.
We find ourselves in a situation where we're accused of killing someone, which is not true.
You and Woodman fled the scene.
The killer pointed at us.
We didn't do anything.
This film is inspired by true events, and that normally gets my attention. But from what I've read, this film is inspired very, I could throw a few more veries in there, but let's not go down that route, but very loosely inspired by true events. This film is based in America in the 1930s, where three great friends witness a murder and then become suspects. On trying to clear the name, they then uncover something bigger than they could ever have imagined. This has a star-studded cast with the likes of Taylor Swift, Robert De Niro, Chris Rock, Anya Taylor-Joy, Mike Myers, and I really could go on. But that's not the reason you have tuned in to this episode. And you are probably still thinking, why am I watching this video? In which case, I'm gonna crack on. From the onset, there is good but subtle comedy. By subtle, I mean it's nice, it's there, but it doesn't slap you in the face. This theme continues throughout and really keeps things more entertaining.
Got a dead white man in a box. Not even a casket. Doesn't even have a top on it. In a pine box of old wood. Who do you think's gonna get in trouble here?
Early on in the film, we go from back in time to even earlier back in time to 1917. It was at this stage that I found myself really not feeling this film. It didn't seem to be going anywhere, and I felt that this could be a long 2 hours. However, when we jumped back into 1930s again, it got my attention. Although not a musical, there are a few scenes of comedic singing. I enjoyed this as it did a good job of keeping the balance between the comedic elements and the more serious aspects of this film. To add to this, every time Chris Rock came into this film, he was pretty hilarious. It would have been nice, however, if we saw a little more of him. Led by Christian Bale, the acting prowess was shining so bright. And this is very well supported by the great cast. This drama is extremely well paced and written. The story is well linked to a massive world event, and there was a little clue for you guys. This is called Amsterdam, but really could have been called something completely different. You will find no sex or nudity and no strong language. However, there are some scenes of violence.
This is one of the finest innovations from Zurich. It removes all pain.
Guys like me, we have to turn to booze, to morphine, and that can lead to addiction. Oh, that's fast. That is advanced.
My final thoughts then, this as a whole is a pretty good film. However, early on it almost lost me, but I am glad I persevered through. I liked the subtle comedy as it gently pushed you through this film. It is entertaining, light and serious at the same time. This has a Sherlock Holmesy feeling to it, and therefore if you have enjoyed those films, I think you'll enjoy this one. I will give this drama an I recommend rating of 6.7 out of 10. And despite me almost throwing my TV out the window, it did enough to redeem itself for me to recommend it. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Oh, and of course...
You have not told them yet!
Oh, now you want to know the answer, eh? Okay, for anyone who is still watching this video, Amsterdam is the capital of Holland, aka the Netherlands. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you, of course, in the next one.